Hey folks, how's it going? It's Brian here from Bike Hike Camp Ireland. So today I've got a video as promised on V-brakes, how to adjust them, how to fix them, some problem or troubleshooting that comes up with V-brakes. And this is a kid's bike, one of my kids' old bicycles. But this will work on any bike that, the principle is the same on any bike that uses V-brakes. Cool. Okay, to carry out the repair, you'll need a multi-tool like this, which has a 5 and a Phillips head screwdriver with it. You'll also need a rag and a can of oil. Common problem that you'll see with V-brakes is they tend to bind up on one side or the other. On whichever side the brake arm is binding up, you'll find a spring tension adjuster, and you'll want to turn that clockwise to increase the tension a little bit. So just make a quarter of a turn. Okay, so now you want to pull the brake a number of times just to check what difference that has made to the arm. Okay, so after you've pumped the brake a few times, go to the opposite side and locate the spring tension adjuster there and back it off by turning it anti-clockwise 1/4 of a turn. Now pump the brake again and then just check to see what difference that has made. Again, go to the side that's binding up and turn it 1/4 of a turn again. You're increasing tension on the right hand arm all the time, and whilst doing that, pump it and then back it off on the other side 1/4 of a turn. You're trying to balance your brakes here. So just keep going with the process, because a lot of the times what people will do is they'll turn one of these screws all the way in on one side and back it off on the other side, and that's how you make the brakes unbalanced. So by just doing it in small increments each time and checking it in between doing these little small increments, you'll find that you'll actually balance it up perfectly. So just trust the process. Here again, I'm backing off the tension on that spring, and then on the far side I'm increasing the tension on that one. Okay, so I'm nearly there with this. You can see now the wheel is running fairly clean. It still needs some minor adjustment, so I'm just going to keep going with the adjustment. Okay, there's a couple of other things that will affect braking ability with V-brakes. One of them can be if there is corrosion in the actual cable housing. So if you leave your bike outside, you're bound to get corrosion on the inner cable as well as the outer cable housing. So if you are getting corrosion on it, you're better off replacing both the inner and outer cable. Okay, so I'm more or less there with this repair. So the wheel is running freely here now and braking good. Okay, if you find that either of those arms are still binding up, then you need to check the brake bosses on both sides. So here I'm just pointing out, this is when you actually tighten the spring tension adjuster, that's actually the spring there. So I'm going to show you what it's like now. That's the spring on. Now I'm going to take the spring out, and that's with the spring off, and you'll see it just goes in and out. So if that's sticky or it's binding up a bit, you need to remove the actual brake itself. Bear in mind, if any of that plastic part is broken, then you need to actually replace the whole lot. So here I'm doing lefty loosey to remove this bolt. You can see there's that blue on that is tread locker. There's a little bit of corrosion there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that brake off there now. Okay, so you'll see that there, that's known as a brake boss. If any part of that is broken or cracked, just you'll need a whole new brake arm, which is what happened on the other side of this bike. So any of that plastic brakes, you got to replace it. So this is the brake boss. Now on a kid's bike like this one, it might only have one option. one hole at the back there. But if it's on an adult's bike, you might find that there's 3 holes in at the back there, so you can adjust your brake. Here I'm just getting some wet dry sandpaper, and I'm actually cleaning off the brake boss. So if there's a little bit of corrosion or whatever there, a little bit of rust, that's actually going to inhibit the brake arm from moving freely. So what you want to do is you want to sand off any corrosion and make it nice and clean. Strip it back to the metal, no problem like that. That's perfect. Then just apply a little bit of lubrication to that. Okay, another thing you'll see here, these are wear line indicators. So you can see there is a direction of travel, and it does say right, front, and it has an arrow of what way your wheels should be turning. And then these little ridges here, they're what are known as wear line indicators. So if you've worn your brakes too much, your brake pads out too much, then your brake won't actually function properly. So you'll need to replace them. Alright, so next you just want to replace the arm. Hand tighten up the bolt. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So, and then just check it. That looks good. It's running freely. And then put the spring back on. And then just check the direction of travel for the tire. And pop on your wheel and just make sure you cam the quick release properly. So you'll see here the way I have that quick release cam, and then just spin the wheel and just double check your brakes. That's all functioning well. So that's it. So thanks very much, folks. Great. So thanks for tuning in. I'll have another video out next week. Just want to say a big thank you to the people who are actually watching the videos and the subscribers as well. So you're keeping me going, which is great. So I'm really enjoying it. So thanks very much, and I'll chat to you all again soon. Any questions or comments, just throw them into the comment box and I'll get back to you. And likewise, if anyone has any suggestions or think they can do it a better way or have their own way of doing it, then just please share it with the rest of the community. All right, thanks folks. Chat to you again. Take care. Bye.